These are the games that your parents warned you about. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down the top 10 most violent video games. Please be advised, the following, as you should expect, contains mature content. It's also pretty gross. Just to be clear, featuring such over-the-top violence did not necessarily make these games good. In fact, for many of those listed, it's just the opposite. Several of the following serve as perfect examples of how gore porn does not a good game make. Number 10, Phantasmagoria. Kicking off our list is the game about an author in a demonic mansion, which was banned down under in Australia and refused by American retailers, despite its development by the maker of the family-friendly King's Quest series. A cinematic interactive point-and-click game, it focuses on psychological horror, but features a decent amount of gore, and even rape. While not as graphic as modern games, it was a trailblazer of violence and featured an actual actor, making it all the more disturbing to the uninitiated. Number 9, Dead Space series. Up next is the modern horror franchise that's been banned in Germany, China, and Japan. Here, you play an engineer stranded in space and surrounded by necromorphs, grotesque monstrosities that can only be killed through wanton dismemberment. Yes, the main gameplay gimmick revolves around chopping your enemies to bits, and that's only if they don't get their claws on you first. Number 8, the Darkness series. Based on a comic book series of the same name, in The Darkness, you play a mob assassin who possesses the power of an ancient demon. Clad with 2 snake-like tendril appendages, you don't just shoot your foes, but also use your tendrils to rip them to shreds and feast on their hearts in order to gain health and upgrades. Modern graphics bring the horrified looks on your victims' faces to life with disturbing clarity.
My death will not lead you to Zeus.
Number 7.
That is where you are born.
God of War series. This is the series that brings every figure and creature from Greek mythology to life, only to have you rip their shrieking heads off their shoulders. Kratos, the ghost of Sparta, uses his signature Blades of Chaos and his own bare hands to rewrite Greek mythology in a bath of bodily fluids and vital organs. While other games claim similar content, everything in God of War is made to look like it really hurts and squirts. Number 6, the Soldier of Fortune series.
Shut up!
Okay, so some games let you blow dudes' heads off, but a game that lets you blow half of a dude's head off? This I gotta see. Built on Quake 2 technology, it features the Ghoul damage modeling engine, which allowed you to dismember enemies with startling precision for the first time in a first-person shooter. Soldier of Fortune was definitely one of the earlier examples of how much is too much when it came to how realistic your game could be. Perhaps best proven by the fact that shooters today rarely have this much gore, despite another 10 years of technological development. Number 5, Mad World. This game is like Polo, but, with chainsaws. A magnet for controversy that's also been banned in Germany, it ended up exclusive to the Nintendo Wii of all consoles. A third-person action game, it's centered on Jack, a contestant on a deadly reality game show called Death Watch. Stylized in black and white, the red blood really pops as you mercilessly impale and shred through your opponents. Wow, that blood is vibrant.
Cut him up!
Number 4, Manhunt series. A stealth-based, nihilistic, psychological horror game, Manhunt was, as you can guess, banned in several countries. Developed by Rockstar Games, this is a third-person psychological horror series with levels referred to as scenes. Here, players must progress through increasingly violent stages by killing targets with gruesome and realistic executions, and are then graded for their level of brutality. Throw in the fact that you use impromptu weapons like plastic bags and shards of glass, and Manhunt pretty much plays like a serial killer training video. Number 3, Carmageddon series. This is quite literally the video game equivalent of Death Race 2000. Carmageddon is a vehicular combat series that has players race against each other, with the main gimmick being that you gain extra points for killing pedestrians. Races are won by either completing the course like a normal race, or by brutally killing everyone that's on wheels or on foot.
Sorry.
Number 2, the Postal series.
What? No f***ing way that's going down on my watch. Come here, Ayatollah. Let's see your green card.
Next up is the one-of-a-kind franchise that insists that it's only as violent as you are. Your only real objective in Postal is to complete the everyday items on your to-do list, like get milk and go to the post office. But it presents you with some rather horrific options along the way. For example, you can visit the offices of a video game publisher where people are staging an anti-violence protest. You can then douse the protesters with gasoline and then urinate on their sizzling corpses. We wish we were joking.
For Christ's sake, someone make it stop!
Don't snub me, man, come on!
Number 1, Mortal Kombat series. Dismembering its way to the top of our list is the fantasy fighting franchise that popularized the term fatality. First developed with digitized sprites based on actors, as opposed to animated cartoons. Here, combatants literally beat each other to death with their bare hands. As over the top as the combat is, it's the unbelievably cool finishing moves that actually hurt to watch. There's a good chance that Mortal Kombat was the first game that your parents told you you weren't allowed to play. Agree with our list? Which video game cranked up the violence to levels that you had trouble stomaching? For more gruesome top 10s, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.